Do you notice music when shopping?
I have not yet. Did you?
Not always, no.
Headphones.
If it's more upbeat, I find I'm like quicker paced.
I came with a specific purpose to buy something, so I bought that, and without music I would have bought the same.
Supermarkets play really annoying, kind of jingly type music. I don't know if it has some underlying subconscious effect, making me happier and more likely to buy more.
So what about you? Do you listen to music played in public?
I do. I pay probably too much attention to it. Actually, there was one time in New York a couple of years ago where my boyfriend and I were at a restaurant and the music was so terrible. It was so off-putting that no matter how good the food was, we hated it.
So you didn't stay for dessert then?
No, you know what? We actually went home and we sent an email complaint. It was really long. And then they sent one back the next day saying it is the chef's personal playlist and we have to play it. So
that's music curation gone terribly wrong. But in this episode, we're looking at how it can be done right as well, how music can affect you in public and, can it even make people buy more stuff?
Well, Dan, music is an important atmospheric factor of a commercial space and businesses have used music in many ways to influence consumers.
It's not about the money, money, money. We don't need your money, money, money. We just want to make the world dance. Forget about the price tag.
When music and sound interacts with our other senses, it impacts our visual input and how we're interpreting what we're seeing, smell, texture, and even flavor. There's all kinds of ways that sound affects the world around us that we've just never stopped to contemplate.
There's a lot of work that has been done in sort of 3 different areas. Tempo or speed of a music could facilitate moving people through a space quicker or slower. The idea of musical fit is that music, you'll make a judgment about how much it fits the space or the activity you're in. And the other idea is sort of playing on people's emotions or the attachments we have to certain music. All of these things on a personal level, but also a cultural level, can play into how we affect people's behaviors.
The first specialised in-store radio services took hold in the 1990s. In Australia, Coles Radio streams its service to over 800 stores.
My role is the Coles Radio music programmer. So I choose the music, liaise with Coles as to what content needs to go on. We are currently the #1 digital station in Australia with 283,000 listeners. So that's on top of the 5.6 million unique customers that are hearing it in store. We just want to make it a feel-good experience. When you come in the door, leave your old life behind. I liken it to a high school reunion. We play stuff from the 60s all the way up to today. We know that the average customer spends half an hour shopping. So in that half-hour period, I try and put in a song from every era. If you hear a song that's not relevant to you, stick around another 3 minutes and another one will be.
A grocery store may be playing certain music that will slow time, and then if people are spending more time, they might be purchasing more because they've had more of an opportunity to walk past the aisles and grab things off the shelves.
But more often these days, commercial spaces need a more personalised touch than an in-store radio. Businesses like Nightlife provide curated playlists for a whole range of clients.
We're a music subscription business and been doing it for 30 years. So we're a little bit like Spotify, but for a business. So we supply gyms, bars, restaurants, anywhere where you can hear music coming out of a speaker in a public space. We're in about 7,000 locations in Australia. People's tastes in music across genres. No 2 locations are playing the same playlist. So it's about arranging and curating the best music that suits most people and styles and genres that when we push it through our media player, then it generates a unique playlist based on that business music brief. And it would be as if a DJ stood there and played 6 hours of music.
His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti.
Nightlife has also created Crowd DJ, an app which allows people to curate their own personalised playlists in public spaces.
A business's brand is their customer, so their music is their customer's music. If you experience your song in a brand, you will remember that brand forever.
Mornings, we know that the older generation tend to shop then, so a few more older tracks in the morning. People that work and families are coming in after lunchtime, so we can put a few more of the higher energy ones then. Saturday nights, getting a few people on their way to parties, back from parties, we have a party mix. We do run features, so there might be an ad playing focused on the citrus special. Straight after that will be U2 Lemon. It's just a subtle little nod to the product.
People are sitting in a bar or a restaurant and they're getting to the end of the main course. Are you going to order dessert? Well, it'll depend on whether you think there's going to be a party happening. What'll inspire a party is conversation. What inspires conversation is songs start playing that you reminisce. So you'll stay there and have dessert, and then you might even stay there and then wander into the bar next door, and next thing it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you're in trouble because you've got to go to work the next day.
Music's not necessarily going to force you to choose something you otherwise wouldn't buy in that situation, but if you're coming across a product that you don't have a strong preference for, music can sort of influence you without even realizing it.
So music is important, really important, in setting the mood of a place, but I'm still a little bit skeptical.
You don't think that it could change the way that you shop?
I think we should put it to the test.
It's testing time.
We're going to find out if listening to certain types of music will affect your choice of wine.
We're giving a group of 20 people a choice of 2 wines, Italian or French. But little do they know, we're playing them some music to try to influence them.
We've actually put on a fake study about wine and workplace productivity to hide the real reason for the test.
We're playing some casual French songs in the background. Are they going to go for the delicious Bordeaux, or are they going to move towards the Italian Chianti?
So we've got 2 types of wine today. We've got some Italian over here, and we've got some French over here.
I'll have the French one, please.
Please do. Cheers.
Enjoy. Come and choose a wine.
It's up to you.
I'll take this one.
Well done. Thank you very much.
I will get the French wine, please.
Take a glass and enjoy.
Thank you.
Cheers. Do you think the music had any influence?
Yeah, it's French. I think I was scared to go France.
I'm going to Paris in a couple of weeks as well, so maybe that was like a subconscious thing.
Off to a promising start. Our music is already proving to be a powerful influence on these unsuspecting customers.
I'm going to go for Italian. Would you want me to tell you about what I think of it?
No. French or Italian?
I do love Chianti, so I'll go for that. Thank you.
Go for it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Italian.
Go for it.
I've just been in France, so let's go Italy.
Mix
Go
it
for
up,
it.
girl.
This is so exciting.
With the Italian wine in the lead, we made like all good scientists and changed some of the variables mid-experiment. We swapped spots.
Hi.
Hi, so there's 2 types of wine.
Okay, maybe Italian.
Go
Why
for
not?
it.
Enjoy.
Cheers.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Of our 20 lunchtime wine connoisseurs, 8 chose the French and 12 snuck across the border. Unlike the World Cup winning French football team, their wine wasn't kicking goals. But how did people make their choices, and did the music actually have any influence at all?
Yeah, you went Italian, cheers.
So what wine did you choose?
The Italian.
And what made you choose that wine?
I love Italy.
I chose the French because he chose the Italian.
Right, okay.
I chose the Italian. I don't know, I feel like I've had French wine before and didn't love it.
And there was no reason other than just to be different.
Yeah.
Yep.
And did the music influence you at all?
No, not at all. Red wine influences me.
I think it was the music actually. It sounded a bit like Paris or something, yeah.
I chose French.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was just the vibe.
The vibe?
Yeah, probably the music subconsciously
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
All right, so did the experiment actually work, do you think?
Not really. I mean,
Yeah.
Italy's won. It didn't feel close.
Yeah, no,
Did
it didn't, which means the experiment's a failure. But there are some factors. Talking to people about why they chose it, I mean, some people did say that they chose French because of the music.
Yeah, but then there were all these people that were going, well, I just like Italian wine better, so I'm just going to choose the Italian.
But they had pre-existing preferences,
yeah,
which is what
they kind of already chose it.
Exactly, yeah. So the music was never going to influence them. But for those who had no preference, then maybe it did still play a role.
So can music make you buy more or influence your decision, do you think?
If you walk into a store with a goal in mind, it's probably not going to have an impact.
Yeah.
But if you're just sort of window shopping, you're looking around, maybe you'll walk out with a French wine.
Dan, it's been a long day. I think it's time to say bottoms up, baby.
Yeah. All right, cheers.
I'm going to choose the Italian.
Okay. Did music make you spend all your money? Well, we've got you covered. We've got all these What Is Music episodes that are free and available for you to watch online now. Don't have to pay a cent. It's all taxpayer funded. You've already paid your taxes, probably. They're there for free. Watch them now.